And just like that, we're back with another XRP report. Thanks to everyone in the XRP family for always being so kind. Thank you so much. We're back on track. Hit that bell icon again if you don't want to miss any of these updates. It will let you know every time I share. Let's check out what's going on with the price of XRP though. We can see that there is a lot of red in the market as a whole. Once more, dominance is going through the roof, and there is a lot of uncertainty in the crypto area. This will have an effect on altcoins, of course. It's not really said once more. If you need proof, we can see this right here. Today, a lot of altcoins are going down, and the market as a whole is going down. XRP is down about 2.2%, but it is still holding up better than the market as a whole. A lot of people forget that, but we don't want to forget it. Of course, the price is still above $2 when you look at it over a week, when it was down 13.5%. To be exact, $2.05. Bitcoin is down 1.5%. Comparative value is just below 120 billion, and trade volume is about 6.2 billion per day. Naturally, I know that a lot of people will wonder why the number of trades in 24 hours is going through the roof. Of course, this is because there are big liquidations going on in the crypto area. There is a lot of fear which tends to make 24-hour trade more busy. As always though, let's not go any further without giving something away first. Anything on this station is not meant to help you with your money. When you invest in crypto, you should always do your own study and due diligence. The main reason for the big pullback is this one thing right here. I believe things might get worse if we heard more and more about the trade war that is happening. You can see that the US would put these tariffs on things that are currently being sold in other countries if the plan goes through. Here are some of the countries again. You can check this out for yourself, and when this news came out, it didn't go over well in the business world. You can check this out for yourself. Trump says they hurt us, we hurt them. Once more, it's clear that this is still very early on. A lot of people said that the taxes are already built into the prices, and I read that someone I follow on Twitter said it's clear that it hasn't been priced in. Since you're seeing this statement, both the stock market and the cryptocurrency market are responding negatively. I also think it will be bad for the market if we hear more and more about this. Are we about to see Bitcoin fall below 38.2 and begin moving toward the 30.50 fib zone? Yes, that is still there for sure. However, we will return to the cost in a moment. You can check this out for yourself. In the past 24 hours, almost $500 million has been taken out of the cryptocurrency markets. We saw a big fake out go up. Maybe it really was a switch. But after this news came out, the market did fall back to where it was before the big jump I'm talking about. But look at this. 50 million RUSD were made on the XRP system. In other news, RLUST has been added to the Kraken list, which you can see for yourself. Know this if you use Kraken or are in Canada. I'm sure a lot of people there do since it's one of the most famous ones there. For those of you who want to learn more about RLUST, this is an exciting time because it has now been proven. Okay, next, let's talk about RLUSD. As promised, RLUSD is now part of Ripple Payments, our cross-border payment solutions that cover almost the whole world with more than 90 payout markets, and instant connections to banks, financial institutions, payment service providers, exchanges, and many more. Enterprise tool right out of the box. Also, I believe this will be very helpful, right? Not many people know this, but this will really help it in important ways. Now that the Ripple payment system is up and running, you can send RLUSD. This is great for large businesses and organizations that want to quickly send money from one border to another. It's so much easier, and you no longer have to depend on banks. Again, I believe we are at a turning point that many people are not aware of. And of course, people will wonder why the price isn't going up after hearing this news. As you might expect, the market is not responding well at the moment. The market is changing all the time, and there is a lot of instability in the markets. This will have an effect on all projects, and XRP is no different. Moving forward, Ripple, Bitstamp, and Fidelity Digital Assets are making the future what it will be. That's a big question. As of 2018, Fidelity was one of the biggest financial services firms in the world. With more than $14 trillion in assets, it is the world's biggest stock brokerage business. Also, we know about Fidelity, because we talk about it a lot. You can think of Fidelity on BlackRock, XRP, ETFs and islands again. I think that will be very interesting to see on its own. But is this really a hint that we might see something that we don't really? We can guess, but it doesn't make sense for them not to come up with, or file for an XRP ETF right now. It all makes sense. I also think they might be waiting for the right chance. Maybe they see a flush coming, and then they announce this because they know what kind of impact they can have on the price of a digital asset. To go over this one more time, please tell me what you think about it below. But moving on, thanks to Smoke for showing this. Since the last cycle low, the XRP active address has changed. Behind the scenes, XRP network activity is compared to Bitcoin network activity, and the change in XRP activity is of course 490%. A lot of very interesting things are going on. We should really look at what's going on with the price right now though. Since the price is going up so quickly, power is really taking off right now. Again, this shouldn't come as a surprise when you look at the alternative coins. Altcoins aren't looking good. You know, there's a lot of doubt, and you BTC users did notice this fake out. This is the one I'm talking about. Bitcoin was at 88.5 a few hours ago, but after the news about the tariffs, it fell back down to this range. We're still in the 38.2 range, which is pretty close to the neckline. Obviously, if we don't hold around the support, we could fall to the .50 fib zone. That would pretty much allow BTC to retake the 77k range. I've been telling you guys this for a while now, and I still believe that's something we should be paying attention to. For those interested in XRP, the price did fall below 38.2. A lot of people are going to be confused about this, because we're in the .50. The price is still moving in a nice pattern of stability. To go over this one more time, it doesn't look as bad as you guys might think, but we are below 38.2 for the first time in almost a month. Again, one very important thing you should be aware of is that control is rising very quickly. This will have an effect on the price of XRP, especially since the price of BTC is also going down. In the big picture though, it still can't repeat the level from February 3rd, which is a big deal that not many people understood. We did drop to $1.98 a few hours ago, but we quickly rose back above $2. It's still possible though, that the price will go back down to $1.91 if Bitcoin doesn't hold around 38.2, and control keeps rising. I believe that is something that should be watched out for. This is where we'll end it. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Goodbye for now, and see you tomorrow, in Cryptos AX.